And I'm joined now by Joe Siracusa, a professor of global futures at Curtin University, joining us live from Melbourne, Australia. Professor, good to see you. So 43 days of government shutdown, thousands of flights canceled, people forced to work without pay, workers laid off. What's the fallout from all of this?
Good morning, Per. Oh, there's going to be a lot of fallout. This would be Donald Trump's last year to have a major impact. I'm sure that we have now predetermined, or he's predetermined the midterm elections. Americans will take their revenge. You know, when you have 43 million Americans counting on food assistance, the old food assistance program, and then you got people who are risking their lives at airports. Thousands of flights are being canceled, and people are actually losing their jobs. They're not being furloughed, and those who are furloughed aren't being paid. I mean, how many times can people take this before they respond? I think one of the major polls this morning, Reuters poll, showed that Americans blame both sides, 47 to 50%. So there are no winners there. But Trump's going to take a beating on this one because, you know, it's just one more thing that doesn't work. The tariffs don't work. Sanctions don't work. His cutting down government services don't work. Going into cities with ICE agents doesn't work. I mean, you know, I think he's just about played out here. And of course, the background music here is everybody is waiting to see what happens with the Epstein files that will be released in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But Trump was very critical of these Democrats. He talked about the high cost of the shutdown, saying Democrats just used it for political purposes. So in the end, do you think it was all worth it for the Democrats, considering what they got or perhaps they didn't get out of it?
Well, I mean, the Democrats were sort of beholden to the left wing of the party, who wanted to hold out to prevent those health insurance premiums from going up. I mean, they're going up from, in some cases, $300 to maybe $1,500 a month. People can't afford that kind of thing. Look, I wouldn't take President Trump at face value here. I mean, he says that the Democrats have to wear this. The Republicans could have compromised a little bit along the way. They were in no mood to compromise, so they're both going to take a major hit on this. But because the president is the major party in power, and you know, as soon as you get 218 votes in the House and 51 votes in the Senate, you can do pretty much what you wanted to do. But keep in mind, the stock market is roaring along, and this proves something I've been trying to say for years, is that Wall Street regards what goes on in the White House as a soap opera. You know, it's sort of like entertainment. It just couldn't get any worse sometimes in terms of what the president does, even the last president, as a matter of fact. But the American people, they're sort of given up on Washington, D.C. That's what the poll research shows over the past 20 years, and people are very angry. But you just can't blame the Democrats. I know they look like they're holding out, but the Republicans did not make a gesture to compromise, and they probably won't go back to the compromise, to the table on this. And of course, Trump's been gunning for Obamacare since he got elected the first time because it bears Obama's name, and he hates that.
So if it is, as you say, that Republicans are going to take a hit in the upcoming midterms, do you think the Republicans could have handled this in a different way?
Well, yeah, they could have made an effort to look like they were compromising. I mean, the Republicans in the House of Representatives, they've been home for 2 months. You know, the speaker told them to stay away, so they went away for 2 months. They haven't done a damn thing, and they're afraid to go to town hall meetings to explain to people what they're doing exactly. And they're all listening to what the president has to say. They all seem to be enthralled to President Trump. He has enormous influence over these people. I couldn't tell you why, but yeah, the Republicans could have done a lot more. And I've seen a lot of politics in my life, and you know, the art of politics is compromising. And the Republicans weren't going to budge. The Democrats were trying to hold out. And of course, Democrats who have held out this long are furious with the other 6 or 7 Democrats who defected to vote with the Republicans, because it now looks like not only did they waste their time, but they wasted the effort too. So, you know, once you use that card, you can't go back to it. But look, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. The American government couldn't pay its bills. People didn't know what to do. And, you know, I saw soldiers in Germany and other places queuing around food banks. Nobody was getting paid, even though they were told they were going to be paid. And of course, when air traffic controllers aren't paid and you start closing those towers, I mean, all of us have flown, and it's dangerous enough to fly when you have the places up at full complement. But if you don't have enough air traffic controllers, it all comes to a halt. And you notice this was all worked out just before Thanksgiving, because the Americans would really never forgive anybody. But look, these governments come and go, and the party in power always pays a heavy price in the next election. And Trump, I think, was under the gun now. Whatever he's going to do in the cities, tariffs, or whatever else, he's got to do it now before the next midterms, because he's not going to get any satisfaction come next November.
All right, Professor Siracusa, thank you so much.